Shall we?
We shall.
All right.
Hello there.
Hi.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Brittany.
We're Smut Swap.
We are. Oh, boy. All right.
It's been a while.
It feels like it's been a while.
2 weeks, maybe?
It has. We did not record last week because it was Halloween and Kelly and I were busy
Yes.
getting our party on.
We went to Madison. Saw All Time Low.
And
It was an all-time high for us.
It was an all-time high for us. We saw the cab. You know what was really an all-time
Yes.
high for me? When All Time Low actually liked my video from the concert.
I was really excited. I even told Brittany, or no, I'm sorry. I even told Macy, and
Yeah.
Macy was like, yay.
I know. Eric was like, what the fuck? That's awesome. The fuck? And then I dreamed that... Oh, God. And then I dreamed that we wrote a blog post and the bassist left us a comment. And we were like, oh, my gosh. It was like, he knows us.
It's so funny.
Oh, it was ridiculous. But it was such a fun time.
I had a lot of fun.
I had so much fun. My favorite part was when Beatrice put me on her shoulders. My second favorite part was hearing Adam singing to some of the Mayday Parade songs.
Oh, yeah. I kept looking back like, do you know this? Do you know this?
I heard him in my ear because he was behind me. And I know you can't hear, but I can. So
No, like, literally could not hear a thing.
It was-
There was one point Brittany was yelling something in my ear, and I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't know what. I had no idea what you were like.
Yeah.
Hopefully it was something excitable, and I'll just be like,
yeah. It was really fun. The food that we ate beforehand
It was mid.
mediocre at best. So if you're ever in Madison, the Old Fashioned is not the place.
Right.
We should have gone to that other place. What was it called?
The Chop House or something?
Tipsy Cow or something.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here we are.
But if you want deviled eggs, they have a deviled egg plate at the Old
Platter.
Fashioned.
12 deviled eggs for $10.
So that's the place.
That's the place for you if you're on an only egg diet. So
You know.
you only want them deviled.
Yes.
Yeah. Someone's walking their dog, so
Gosh darn it.
how dare they? In this neighborhood? Not on her watch. So what are you reading?
I am reading. I just started. So I started the Red Rising trilogy. There are 6 books, but the first 3 take place at a different time than the other 3. I am reading Morning Star by Pierce
I
Brown.
thought you were going to say Morning Glory Milking Farm, and I was like, Helly.
That's next. But definitely love this series
Oh,
so
okay.
much. Like,
Okay.
it might be one of my new all-time favorites. It's just written so well.
That's great. I think that Chandler really likes that.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, because he's a reader, too.
Oh,
I know.
you should read it.
I'll think about
It's
it.
very sci-fi, though.
I'll think about it. I'm...
And then I'm also reading Hat Trick
Okay.
for the Smut Clurb.
She finished Silver Elite.
I finally finished Silver Elite.
And...
I liked it a lot.
Good. I was worried because I was
Yeah.
like, Kelly reads a lot of romantasy. I don't know if she's going to like it as much as I freaking loved it.
I will say, reading that and listening to the first Red Awakening, which is the first book of this trilogy, they're kind of similar, where it's like
Oh.
that Trojan horse type of trope, where
Yeah.
they're trying to infiltrate and then change mindset. So reading the sci-fi one and then the romantasy,
Okay. Yeah.
different. But it was a lot of fun.
I know.
I really liked it.
At the end, when, I screamed like out loud. I was so excited. I was
Oh,
like so,
yes.
I was so hype.
I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Yeah.
I was hoping all of them, but when it was just him, I'm like,
Yeah,
that's
I was hype.
I love him.
I love him too. I was so excited. I can't wait for the next book.
Love it. I put a review on Fable, and I put the only thing I don't understand is the Blacklands, the concept.
Yeah,
And I got this response from somebody,
Oh, what did they say?
explaining it. I
I'll
think
have to look.
they were like, it's supposed to justify her being young and in the dark and finding her way out of it.
Oh, so it's a symbol.
I was like,
Got
oh.
it. You know what? Readers, that's all. I did that a lot at the concert too, by the way. It was ridiculous.
I have a video. I'll post it later. I almost put it on my TikTok earlier.
Oh my God, that would have been funny. Okay, so I am reading 2 books, which is unusual for me. I'm reading Fantastic Land, which is about a hurricane that hits Daytona Beach and traps all of these employees at Fantastic Land, and they start hugging each other aggressively.
Oh.
We have to censor.
Oh.
They don't actually hug each other. They hug each other with weapons, if you catch my drift. And I'm also reading The Hunting Wives, which I texted Kelly, and I was like, pretty sure the female main character is bisexual and is afraid to say that she's bisexual. And I already got to the part where she told her husband about the hookup that she had in college. So I was like,
I forgot about that.
I clocked it.
Yes.
My bisexual meter, right? I got it.
With the older woman too, right? Wasn't it an older lady?
No, it was, well, she was like an upperclassman, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And Kelly and I are both doing 75 Booked.
Yes.
And you can follow our journeys on TikTok, on our personal TikToks, which are linked below. Follow us on Fable. Join the Smut Clurb. We're reading Hat Trick, White Shoes, Hockey Romance.
With a nanny.
With a nanny, if you're into that sort of thing. We will be picking up the rest of the Windy City series at some point. Because I know that some people in our club were kind of upset at us for not picking up the next one.
Yeah, they were perturbed.
Yeah.
At least one person, which is fine.
That's fine. There's a bunch of people in there. And if all of them just followed the show, that'd be great. But here we are. So
we're over 200 now. It's like 210.
I know.
People keep joining. And I'm like, we're not even doing anything.
Literally. Well, they changed it too. Because it used to be like chapter by chapter. And now it's like lobby, reflection, and then like get to know us.
I think somebody has to set up the chapters when they input the book into Fable, like not us. Because I got an email, I think when you changed it, saying that the chapter numbers weren't available for this one.
Whatever.
And I tried to go in to see if I could add them myself, but it didn't allow me to.
Okay, well,
so I don't think that's us.
That's fine. But I think that it was like that for Mate too, but that makes sense because Mate is a new release.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, whatever. We digress.
I'll read the email. That's fine.
You can follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts if you are an audio listener, but I am going to tell you right now, I'm putting the video on Spotify as well. And then if you want, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Everything's linked below.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give us a follow.
Give us a follow and share with your friends so that we can make money somehow because, as we know, our jobs aren't actually paying us. Okay, so the book that...
Shout out Navy Fed.
Yeah, shout out Navy Fed. You're a real one for giving us a 0 interest loan.
Keep that shit up.
During these trying times. Hopefully, because it's 36 days deep. We in the longest one yet. These are our refreshers. Mine looks like orange juice. Kelly's is curdled.
It's delish.
They didn't have the wicked ones, so we doctored our own up.
Yeah, and I don't think I ordered them right. And they gave us these long-ass straws, too. Tune in to check those out.
Tune in to look at our long straws. It's not an innuendo, Tony. Stop it.
Mine out of the gutter, Tony.
We know you're listening / watching. Also, it's not the same without you at work.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he was home. He should have came in.
Tony!
Maybe next time.
Come to work on the podcast.
Work on the pod.
Work on our merch. Okay, so I had therapy today and it really drained the life out of me, but apparently me just being around Kelly sends me into a freaking mania, like a manic episode. So
yes,
hopefully the book that I read will be fun for you all because it was a slow burn and it's not exactly the smuttiest, filthiest book that I've read. So buckle in for some sweetness this week.
Oh.
The book I read is called Soul Searching. It is a new release by Lyla Sage. We all know how much I love Lyla Sage.
Oh, this one. Okay.
We all know. So, Our Lady Collins is heading home to Sweetwater Peak, Wyoming, under the guise of helping save her family's antique shop from investors looking to turn it into a gas station or something equally abhorrent. The thing about Collins is she doesn't really love her hometown. It's about 1 square block wide. That's a phrase, right? It's a
one square block wide.
I'm tired and losing my mind. It's literally
fine.
It's one street. Like it's a main street and that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Small town. Everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody.
Everybody calls you friend. Okay. Okay. But she retrieves her beat up Camry from Meadowlark. We all remember Meadowlark? That's where
ringing a bell.
That's where the Rebel Blue Ranch is.
Oh. Okay.
So there's a little bit of crossover here. And she's making her way home anyway because she's been out of work for a while now. She's a photographer who's been living off of her savings and has a whopping $340 to her name. Me too, girl, I feel you. Me too. So she's making her way up the mountain and she sees tons of black smoke and it's closer than she'd like. It seems like it's like billowing from under the hood of her car.
Oh, that close.
That close. So she pulls over and she tries to reach out to her twin sister, whose name is Clark, but she doesn't have any service. This leads Collins to decide that she'll just sleep in the backseat of her car with her pepper spray because someone is inevitably going to come down the mountain tomorrow because there's only one road in and out of Sweetwater Peak.
Was Collins in one of the other that
She
we
was
talked
not.
about?
She was not.
Okay. For some reason, the name rang a bell.
She's sleeping in the back of her car with her pepper spray because there's only one road in and out of Sweetwater. Just as she's about to doze, she hears a noise. This isn't unusual. She hears voices in her head. She's not schizophrenic, okay?
That's what they all say.
Okay. It's more of the spirit variety, not the schizophrenic one.
She's a medium?
I guess you'll have to wait and see. She grips her pepper spray anyway because she's like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm going to just hold on to it. That's how she comes to spray Brady directly in the face with pepper spray.
Brady
and Clark came to her rescue despite no one knowing she needed rescuing. She tells us this wouldn't be the first time she's pepper sprayed her sister's boyfriend.
What?
Then she learns that she's going to be working for Brady while she's in town.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's like that twin connection. She just senses her sister's in danger.
Maybe. Perhaps.
Oh, or there's something else.
Perhaps. So
They're tracking her.
Brady is sitting between Collins and Clark in his truck because he has the pepper sprayed eyes and all. He can't really drive. And he's listening to the girls bickering back and forth, thinking to himself, he's glad he only has brothers because these two are giving him a headache. It couldn't possibly be the pepper spray in his eyes that's giving him a headache.
That has nothing to do with it.
Brady realizes that he's agreed to let Collins stay in his apartment and work with him instead of pay rent because she doesn't like staying at home. And he thinks this is a likely excuse. And it sounds like she just needs a job and a place to stay, but he's like, whatever, I'm going to be quiet. They end up hydroplaning and he ends up soccer mom arming Collins so that she doesn't like fly through the windshield. And then their legs like brush up against each other, but he doesn't move his leg away from hers once they straighten back out and are like, everybody's okay? Cool. Their legs are still resting against each other.
Wait.
Yeah.
Are there two men or just one?
Collins and Clark are girls.
Okay.
Brady is a boy.
But Brady, isn't she with Clark? Isn't he with Clark? Okay, sorry. Okay.
Spoiler alert, no, he's not. He's single.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought they were together.
No.
I thought you said boyfriend.
Well, that's because Collins is under the impression that this is her sister's boyfriend.
Oh.
Collins spends her first night home at her sister's place, who tells her she's glad she's not staying with her because she's picked up enough of Collins's clothes to last her a lifetime. Collins is a messy bestie. The gals discuss Brady, and Clark explicitly warns Collins not to sleep with Brady, not because she has a claim on him, but because he's a nice guy. And Collins has this, like, track record. Apparently, Collins also has a rule about sleeping with men at home, which is a big no-no in her book. And Clark thinks this is because Collins doesn't want anything to tie her to Sweetwater Peak. Clark lets Collins borrow an outfit, and now it's time to go to work. They arrive early. Clark is usually early, but Collins prefers to be on time, so she kills the 5 minutes that she has before it's time for her to actually head in. I think that she just like messes on her phone. All right, so she and Brady shake hands and reintroduce each other and hold the shake for an extreme amount of time. So they're just holding hands. Collins registers this, but thinks it would be more awkward if she lets go. So she just keeps holding his hand and doesn't drop it the whole time they're talking. Wow. So everybody's a little awkward. We also get a little tiny bit of backstory about Miss Pepper Spray herself. She once sprayed a boy when they were 16 who was sneaking into their basement to meet up with Clark, but got the time mixed up. Collins is a spray first, ask questions later type of gal. Clark and Collins can both commune with ghosts, Clark preferring to let the ghost approach first. And we get our first sighting in her kitchen in the form of an orb before Collins has to go to her first day of work. We also learn that Collins has been struggling to make her gift of talking to these ghosts work. So she can see them, but she's not quite able to hear them.
Okay. I was not expecting this at all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's so different. It's so different from Rebel Blue.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I liked it a lot. All right, so in Brady's perspective, he's watching her from the window when Clark drops her off and pretends that he's just coming down the stairs when she comes inside the shop. So he like backtracks and then comes back down.
Oh, gosh. Must make an entrance.
You know, I can't make it look like I'm spying on her.
Right.
Brady used to be a software engineer, but came to Sweetwater Peak for a fresh start. Collins tells him she knows it was a fresh start from a significant other. He refuses to confirm this, and he also doesn't deny it. We learn that Brady learned a lot about upholstery from his grandfather and got good by taking classes and watching YouTube videos. That's what his business is. He does upholstery in this small town. His main customer is actually Colin's parents, since they run an antique shop. She seems really surprised by this, and I'm like, girl, your parents have an antique shop. What do you mean you're surprised?
What do you expect?
Hello? As they're talking, Brady's noticing that Collins will often look behind him or off to the side. But when he looks behind him or off to the side, he doesn't see anything. He explains everything he's looking for her to do in the shop, and she finds her tasks agreeable despite not being organized at all. At 4, he suggests that they head up to the apartment so he can show her around, noticing once again that she seems to be looking at something behind him and talking to someone who isn't him as she responds to his conversation. So it's now dinner time with the Cartwright family, and that is Collins and Clark's last name. And we are in the antique shop, which is called Toad's. We learn that Collins' mom, Joni, is sensitive to ghosts around town, but has never been able to communicate with them in the way that Collins and Clark can. Collins tells us that she saw no less than 7 ghosts at Coop's. That's what the upholstery shop is called.
Okay.
While talking with Brady, and describes Brady as boring. You're boring.
You're boring.
The girls continue to bicker over Clark telling the parents that Collins pepper sprayed Brady, and their dad, Dex, tells them the dinner table is no place for a shootout and to put their guns away.
Oh, gosh. Oh, I like that.
I do too.
I'm going to use that.
Use it for the girls. There is some backstory about the various ghosts from their childhood. There's Edna, who haunts Collins's watch. And
What?
Yeah.
Was it an antique?
Yeah.
Or something?
Everything in antiques. And then there's Ernest, who's anchored to this. It's not really a jukebox. I forget what they called it, but it's essentially a jukebox. It plays music.
Okay.
But I forget exactly what she called it. I just kept referencing it as a jukebox because I didn't want to forget when I told this, what it was like. What is that? Oh, yeah, jukebox. Okay. We wrap with Collins sitting outside of her new apartment, looking at the moon and crying because of her lack of ability to commune with these ghosts. Brady asks her if she wants company, and she quickly and harshly tells him no. So he leaves her alone to her thoughts. Get the fuck out. So Brady hears her talking to herself more and more. So he's like, hey. My dog's talking to herself right now.
She's mad.
Way. You're boring, because he's like, hey, that's kind of crazy to talk to yourself like that. Sir, no one listens to me like me. Don't call me crazy. You're boring. So they're on a run to deliver these chairs to Ms. Papadakis, the town celebrity and heiress to the refrigerated semi-truck fortune.
What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
semi-trailer refrigerated fortune. Her dad invented the refrigerated semi-truck trailer. I don't know.
Okay. Go off, queen.
Go off, Miss Papadakis. And she just so happens to hate Collins because she believes Collins to be the one who broke her beloved nephew's nose with a baseball when they were children.
Oh my gosh.
Collins simply tells Brady she had to help and didn't throw the ball. She had help, but she didn't throw the ball herself. She actually pretended to be Clark on the phone when this lady called the shop to check the status of her chairs. She's like, hello, this is Clark. How can I help you?
It's not Collins at all.
It's not Collins at all. Who? And they're not identical. You can tell them apart. Okay. Brady tells us that he finds Collins crazy, but very pretty in this chapter. So Brady and Collins are once again in the shop chatting about their plans for tonight. It's Friday after all. And what do we do on a Friday night in a one-horse town?
We hit the town saloon.
We are actually not doing that tonight.
Oh, we don't do that.
They've been a little bit more chatty with each other since the delivery of the chairs. She tells him that she doesn't have any plans, and he wonders why she isn't hanging out with her parents. Her dad is apparently a trucker. So when he's home on Friday nights, he and her mom have this standing date night that not even Collins's return home could deter. And I was like, Judy and Juan, live PD every Friday night? Is that their date?
Why are you sweating?
Oh my God.
So fun fact, my dad was a trucker.
Yeah.
And we would always have KFC when he came home
Oh, well, that's a Midwest staple.
I hated it.
That's a Midwest staple. So, fun fact about KFC. When my parents got their tax returns every year, that was her.
Wow, look at us.
Look at us.
Celebratory KFC dinner.
And then, so Tony, I don't know if you remember this, but it was really funny. Also, like Ponderosa, we would go. Do you remember Ponderosa?
Yes, I do. Yes.
So sometimes we would get Ponderosa instead of KFC when we got the tax return, but only my dad was allowed to get steak because steak was extra. Oh, and Tony called it middle class steak, and I was like, "That's the funniest shit I've ever heard."
Do you like KFC?
I mean, I haven't had it.
Okay, I was like, do you also loathe it?
I haven't had it in the last
decade,
5 years. No, because one day when Corey's son still worked in our building, I forgot lunch, and Shauner went to get food, and he went and got KFC. So beggars can't be choosers, you know?
Yeah.
So I had it once recently.
Okay.
I will tell you the famous bowl. Are you familiar with the famous bowl?
Is that like the potatoes and corn and gravy?
Yep, I make my own version of that at home.
Yum.
Yeah, it's delicious. Anyway, we digress.
Enough about us.
Enough about KFC and middle class steak. You want to hear about the slow burn. Okay. So Collins tells Brady that she doesn't have any plans. And he's like, why are you not hanging out with your parents? Yes, we've already covered that. As they're talking, Collins sees a jar of tacks start slowly inching toward the edge of a shelf behind Brady's head.
Spooky.
So she pulls him out of the way right before it crashes down. And then she's like, oh no, the shelves are just like a little uneven. Can't you see it? Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. They end up agreeing to go to this old church together for something to do. And Collins brings up that the whole town is haunted. And Brady's like, no, it's not, you crazy woman.
Crazy bitch.
It's a small town. There's nothing else to do. There might not even be a bar.
But to go hang out at an abandoned church? It's the riffraff up in there?
It's very high school.
How old are these people?
30.
Oh, okay.
Okay. There might not be a bar, but I will tell you one thing. There is a Vietnamese restaurant.
Thank God.
Thank God. What would you do without your pho? All right, so Collins goes to her side of the apartment to change before their adventure and ends up making herself a peanut butter, honey, and a mini M&M sandwich, which she shares with Brady. And I was like, okay.
I could try it.
I could try it. They spend a little more time talking about the ghosties, and Brady is very firm that he does not believe in them. Collins tries to convince him by mentioning his tack hammer that keeps mysteriously moving around the shop. And he's like, no, I just lay it down in not the same place every day. And she's like, incorrect. They discuss nicknames, and she tells him that Clark and Clark alone calls her Ollie, and she calls Clark Lars. Lars. They arrive at the church, finally, and she takes her candles out for them to explore. Ghosts are not fans of artificial lights that the flashlight would provide, so candles it is. Soft glow of candles. Plus, it's not romantic to use a flashlight.
No, not in this world.
So they make their way to the church, and Brady feels like something is watching him, so he keeps looking over his shoulder as they're making their way to the ruins. Collins jumps out and scares him, and he squeals in fear, which causes her to laugh a lot at him. And I was like, yeah, I would also laugh. They end up smoking a joint that Collins had in her jacket and tell each other secrets. Brady's secret is that he gave a girl his Game Boy in 4th grade and told his parents someone stole it. Collins tells him
he is boring.
Yeah, he is.
It's okay. I am too.
He's also super uncomplicated and very, very good at communicating. Okay. So Collins is like, oh yeah, well I can see and talk to ghosts.
He's like, great.
And he's like, great. So now you know that I lied to my parents, and I know that you are crazy, even crazier than I thought. She explains a little about how she hasn't been able to hear the ghosts anymore. This started about a year ago. As they're talking, she sees a ghost at the back of the church, and it seems like she can hear this one. As she goes to make her way back to the spirit, the floor gives out, and Brady saves her from falling. There's a basement to this church, and Collins is like, let's go down there. Also, Collins gives Brady the backstory of this town. She seems shocked that he didn't really research it before settling here, and he told her that he saw photos in a magazine. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, we don't know at this point who took the photos. It's not been told who took the photos, but I put in my notes, I know Collins took them.
Oh, got it. Because she's a photographer.
Yes. And the photos that he saw in this magazine are what prompted him to want to move to Sweetwater Peak. He asks if she knows the photographer, and she's like, nope, can't say I do. Nope.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Colin's agenda for the next day is to daydream about Brady's arms around her as she nearly fell through the floor at the church and pay a visit to Boone Ryder.
Is he from a book that I should know?
Yes. Of the riders of the Meadowlark. Of the riders of Meadowlark clan. He is Emmy, Wes, and Gus's uncle. And we learn that he was in Meadowlark recently for Emmy and Brooks's wedding.
Okay.
And I was like, ah, yes. So
I love that.
Collins very, very, very clearly loves Boone. And it's clear to everyone that he also loves Collins and Clark like they're his granddaughters, but he has this extremely gruff demeanor, like signs leading up to his ranch: go away, don't come here.
Ooh, he's just a grump.
Yeah, like gates, but when Collins goes to his house, the gates are open and welcome.
He's like, hey girl,
hey
get in here.
So he's actually the one who taught both Clark and Collins how to ride horses, which tracks because the Ryder clan, they're horse ranchers. So he gives her this nice long lecture about immaturity and how she knows better than to try and make it up the peak without letting people know where she is. And I was like, get her ass, Boone. You tell her. So while Collins is helping out Boone, Brady's wandering around the apartment and the shop, noticing that the tack hammer has moved to Collins' desk this time. He's like, she moved it trying to trick me. I don't believe in ghosts. I know that this girl's trying to pull one over on me. So when she comes home, Brady's surprised to see her in these cowboy boots, but even more surprised when she tells him that she was with Boone, who once called him city dipshit in their one and only encounter.
Okay.
Yes, Boone.
Get his ass.
Bring back dipshit. Dude, I saw on Twitter JD Vance called somebody a dipshit, and I was like, bro, this is the vice president.
Hey, it's only respectability.
It's only been a year since we found out the results. Anyway,
feels like a lifetime.
It feels like a lifetime. She tells him he only allows her and her sister onto his property. As she unloads a bag of food from Boone, they talk about her ghost problem. Brady's like, I think that you need to reconnect with Sweetwater Peak to hear the voices again, and he thinks they should embark on a journey of getting to know the town again together. Collins is like, you're not from here, but I am, so you don't have to worry about that. I will show you everything that you need to see.
I will show you the world.
They agree to spend time together and do a little soul searching because Collins knows Brady's running from something because she is too. Collins walks out of her room and into the kitchen to find Brady dripping soap and water in just a towel in the bathroom.
Whoa.
Apparently, while he was showering, his water turned off, and no matter what he did, he couldn't get it to come back on, so he decided to use Collins' shower, forgetting that she might still be asleep. She ends up slipping on one of his puddles, and he catches her, but he doesn't drop the towel. It's still around his waist, for now. As she's pulling back, the towel finally falls, and she's like, I'm not looking. She peeks at him.
Oops, my hand fell.
Oh, no. She goes to her parents' house to help her mom out with canning up fruits and veg that they've picked from the garden for winter. Her dad is packing for a truck route, and Clark eventually shows up to see him off. While they're finishing up, the phone rings. It's Dad calling. He forgot his wallet, so Mom's going to run it to him, leaving the girls to clean up. Collins and Clark then have a huge fight. Clark won't talk to Collins, and Collins is like, what the fuck is the matter with you? Why won't you talk? And Clark's like, I feel like I have to do everything in our relationship. I'm the only one who's putting in any effort, and Collins wouldn't talk to me, or you, Collins, wouldn't even talk to me if I didn't text you first. Collins still hasn't told her that she's lost the ability to talk to ghosts, and Clark is like, I know that you're hiding something. Collins ends up leaving Clark to clean the mess up by herself. If I didn't already mention it, Toads is being sought after by a developer, which is one of the excuses that Collins is using to stay in Sweetwater Peak. She is like, I'm here to help Mom and Dad deal with this investor. But she kind of expects Clark to tell her exactly what to do. Mm-hmm. And it's very much like, well, yeah, Clark is 3 minutes older than you, but you are the same age. Clark shouldn't have to be the leader. Anyway.
Which I've heard is pretty common when it comes to twins and triplets. The firstborn ends up being the leader.
Who's the firstborn out of Miles and Harper?
I think Miles.
Oh. Because I would view Harper more as the...
But they were triplets,
I know.
and I think the baby that was deceased was born first.
Oh.
So maybe that. I don't know. But then I've also heard there was a story on TikTok with these triplets, and they wouldn't tell until they were 18 who was the oldest. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah.
Love.
Because they didn't want any of those like preconceived notions to...
I love that. So people keep asking me, because Eric and I will be trying for a baby at some point, what happens if it's twins? And my response to them is always the same thing. I will give the extra one to you. So don't ask me. What? No, just like
whoever's asking.
Whoever asks me. So what are you gonna do if it's twin? Give the extra to you. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? Throw it in the dumpster? Like what?
Squawk in disbelief, probably,
Like,
and then deal with that shit.
Yeah. I'm an adult. I'm a 35-year-old woman. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do?
Yeah.
Hello?
Jesus, grow up.
No, for real. It's really funny, especially when it's people at work, like Dawn.
You're like, I don't understand.
I'm like, what do you mean? I put on my big girl pants and get a bigger vehicle.
I have twins. Like,
yeah, these are the twins. Oh no, I have to come up with another name. Rats. I have plenty in my phone.
oh my gosh, what if you do have twins?
Stop. I'll kill myself in front of everyone.
That's very dramatic.
Just kidding. I would put on my big girl pants and deal with it.
That made me so earlier Claire texted me and she's like, I applied at Marshall's, and I just wrote yay, no exclamation point. She's like, okay, I'll just go kill myself. And I'm like, no, I'm excited. Like, I'm proud of you for finally applying to a job.
Oh, is she not working?
No.
Claire!
Yeah, I'm having to pay for all her shit.
She's not even getting paid. Okay.
Thank you.
Share that to her later. You want to drive?
Hey, there's a timeline and it's coming. And
Okay.
she's going to be riding the bus or hawking a thumb, you know?
Yep, I sure do.
And then sitting her ass at home.
Yep. All right. So Brady's
Back to this. Sorry.
You're here for the tangents too,
Sorry,
right?
Tony.
Sorry, Tony. It's worse. Tell us, Tony. Is it worse on the boys' podcast or ours with the tangents?
Leave a comment.
Leave a comment.
Or just message us in our
Facebook Messenger group chat if you're still on there. We know you were off Facebook. Same. I've been off Facebook for a long time. Since last year. Anyway, Brady is delivering a finished chair to the Wilkes house and sees a photo of the father, who is deceased, while he's helping move the chair into the living room. Leith Wilkes, I think is what the name is. If I'm wrong, just tell me. Leith asks questions about Collins, which Brady takes as interest, but answers the questions asked anyway, mostly because he's curious to hear more about Collins. As he's driving home, he passes her walking to the shop and offers her a ride. And she's like, "Are you clothed?" And he's like, "You can literally see me." And she's like, "Yeah, but you could be Winnie the Poohing in there." Yes, I can. Yeah. Maybe we have pants on underneath this blanket. Maybe we're Winnie the Poohing it. You'll never know.
You'll never know.
She finally tells him what happened with photography. She doesn't just take photos of living subjects. So, for example, the Brady Bunch. The photo that Brady actually saw had Wilder, that's the dad's name, and his dead uncle in it. So she always takes photos of ghosts as well. She stopped hearing the voices after a really bad shoot with a photographer she idolized. He was a piece of shit because he wanted his son as the second photographer, but the magazine was like, yeah, but we don't really like this man's work. We want Collins because we like her work. So this little shithead started trying to frame his shots in the same style as Collins, who was trying to help him out by giving him pointers. But it all kind of went downhill from there, and she ended up getting fired from her dream job. So that's why she had to start living off of her savings. Brady places his hand over hers as she's telling him everything and tells her, "You certainly didn't deserve all that." She stays up all night staring at her bed, thinking about her photography equipment, which is still shoved super far underneath her bed, like as far back as it can possibly go. She opts to pull it out when it's morning and is interrupted by Brady asking her if she's going to the shop because it's already 8:30. She goes out to the common area and he's like, "Oh my God, you look terrible, but it's much nicer than that."
You look like shit.
You look like a piece of shit. You look like shit warmed over. Anyway, she ends up blaming her terrible looks on oversleeping, but then ends up falling asleep at her desk for half the day. And he's just like, I'm going to let her sleep. When the workday's over, they end up going to this old abandoned accidental murder house. Something about Larry being accidentally decapitated. I don't know.
Accidental murder.
Brady's like, excuse me. And she's like, we're going to the attic. We're not staying down here where the murder scene is. As it turns out, this is where Collins keeps her dark room. And she's like, look at all of these old portraits.
At the murder house?
Yep. Look at all these old portraits that I took. They're having this moment where they scooch closer together because the temp has dropped majorly while they're inside this room. And he tucks a little piece of her hair behind her ear. Just as they're leaning in and she goes to close her eyes, she hears Larry say very faintly, "Welcome home, Collins," which causes her to stand up and smack her head so hard against the ceiling of the attic that Brady's like, "Are you concussed?"
Larry!
Larry! Interrupting the moment. So...
Freaking Larry, man.
Freaking Larry. For chapter 15, I didn't really take a lot of notes.
How dare you?
Basically, Brady's assessing Collins for a concussion by Googling symptoms and a test to administer on her. That's all. That's all that happens in chapter 15.
That's all we have.
That's all she wrote. All right, another work day at the shop. Collins has begun yearning for her man because when he tells her to lock up, she thinks about locking up and locking up and him taking her. Okay, there we go.
Ooh.
And him taking her on the half-finished couch he's been refurbishing this week.
Oh my gosh, not the half-finished couch.
Taking her.
What about the fibers?
Oh gosh, the raw tacks. They end up going on a hike later that evening with Collins giving him directions and him pointing out that he knows how to get to the river. Collins is like, I'm taking you to another one of my special spots, and if you don't listen to my directions, you're not going to find it.
Nor get any.
Golly. As they're hiking, she tells him this story of Sweetwater Peak's very own urban legend, the Lady in White, who is said to haunt these woods searching for her long-lost lover. She was set to meet him and run away, but her husband got to him first. Oh no, a scandal. When they're about 30 feet from what Collins wants to show Brady, this ghost appears. She's behind Brady, and she's like holding him in place, kind of caressing him. He can't tell, but Collins obviously can. He's just like he's frozen.
Oh, he can't move.
He can't move. She keeps telling the woman to leave him. She did promise Brady she wouldn't let him get possessed after all, but the woman won't. Collins shouts at her that this man isn't the woman's long-lost lover and that he belongs to Collins, but she promises to find the long-lost love for her. Brady tries to walk toward Collins as this is happening, but he can't move. Eventually, the woman's staticky voice comes through saying Brady looks exactly like her lost love. Brady then is able to move. The woman disappears. He's ready to leave this place, but Collins is like, we're literally here. It's 20 paces that way. We just got to keep going.
Brady's like, I'm creeped out. I'm ready to go.
Brady's like, I lost control of my facilities, and you want to just keep moving forward?
You want a romantic stroll?
Okay. They end up on a rock in the Sweetwater River, just staring out over it. So, like, in the middle, they jump over a little. Live dangerously. He definitely lectures her about jumping across the river and onto a rock, and she definitely fantasizes about kissing him in this moment.
She's like, tell me I'm naughty.
She tucks her own hair behind her ear.
Me.
They can't really talk out on the rock overlooking the river because the water is basically roaring around them. So they hop back to shore with Brady going first because he wants an excuse to catch Collins. He tells us that he meant what he said about liking her and that he probably liked her from the moment she pepper sprayed him. Loser. It just took a while for the rest of him to catch up. True love. Love at first pepper spray.
Oh, that's so sweet.
How romantic. They talk about how it was for Collins growing up in a town this small and how things never change, but that can be a measure for gauging how much you've changed. Collins thinks she's changed for the worse this year. As they're talking, she rests her head on his shoulder. Cutesy. Neither party sleeps a wink that night, and Collins is up at 4:57 watching the coffee drip into the pot, contemplating texting Clark when she hears Brady greet her. She notices from her periphery that he is shirtless. Uh-oh. He offers to whip something up for breakfast and asks Collins to keep him company while he does so. While he's cooking, she's like, so tell me about your ex. And we learn that they weren't just dating. They were engaged, and they were together for 7 years.
Dang.
Brady's the one who broke things off. Collins is like, do you miss her? And he's like, I have not missed her a single time since I've been here. And I was like, holy crap.
So did she do him dirty?
I guess you'll have to wait and see.
I can't.
You have to. I'm sorry. No more spoilers. You got one for free. Collins ran out to the only restaurant in town for lunch. Pho from the Vietnamese restaurant owned by Sadie, who is Clark's bestie's parents.
Yum.
Yeah.
That sounds so good.
It does. I need to just buy a rotisserie chicken and make my own. I keep seeing like Cassie and all these, like Alyssa, all these women making pho from a rotisserie chicken. And I'm just like, I just need to do it.
Like they just boil the bones for the broth?
Yeah, and then they use the chicken. Yeah.
I have a rotisserie chicken in my fridge.
I just don't have all the things that I need. Like I don't have fish sauce and stuff. Yeah. Anyway,
back to it.
She's flirting a little with Brady, causing him to smash his thumb with a hammer. So they go up to their apartment for lunch. She decides to take him through her side, and he pokes fun at her for her piles upon piles of belongings. And I was like, me?
Is it me? Am I seeing myself in the story?
All of my piles. They talk about how they flirt with each other, and then Brady stands so close to Collins. She's like, oh, he's going to kiss me. But he doesn't. He says something about it being his turn to fluster her. He points out that he might be out of the game when it comes to flirting, but he knows what they're doing. He knows that's what they're doing. Collins only wants to know how long he's been out of the game. As they're finishing up lunch, Boone FaceTimes to make sure that all's well with Collins and that she's not doing anything stupid. He tells her he called her last because she's most likely to be doing dumb shit. And if she were doing dumb shit, he'd have to rescue her. And he would therefore not check on the rest of her family. I think that it's storming at this point.
Okay.
He tells Collins that she and Clark need to make up because their stalemate isn't good for anyone. She lies to Brady, telling him that she will talk to her sister soon. And as she goes to clear the table, the lights go out. Yeah,
Ooh.
It's storming. So Collins lights about 20 candles and is like, hey, do you think that this is enough?
Also, do you want to have a seance?
Yeah, should we recall that ghost that held you hostage from the woods? So they end up chatting a little bit more about Brady's breakup with Jackie. That's the ex-fiance. We learn that they were mainly together out of convenience. His roommate was dating her sister, and soon they were thrown together and eventually just decided to start seeing each other as a result. As time went on, Brady became a shell of himself and only realized through therapy that Jackie liked control. And the more shell-like he became, the more control she had over him. Mom? As they're talking, they're playing a board game. You remember the game Life? Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what they're playing, and cracking jokes about the various squares they land on. Collins tells Brady they have an audience of about 6 ghosts while all this is going on.
The ghosts are just in suspense watching.
The most boring game in all of existence.
Are they going to college?
Did they get twins? I don't remember what all was said, but at one point all the candles go out, like a gust of wind blew them out, and Brady's like, do we still have an audience? And Clark's like, no. Why? And he's like, I'm going to kiss you now. So he does. Good for him. They agree that each is very good at that and then do the kissing thing again.
I liked that.
Aw.
Do it again.
Do it again. You're pretty good at that. You know what? You're all right. They wake on the couch the next morning to Colin's phone vibrating on the coffee table. It's her dad telling her that the basement in the house flooded and they need her help. Brady tells her to go, and then he offers to go with her once she's wrapped the conversation with her father. He brings a pump for the basement with him when he comes, and Joni makes them all blueberry pancakes for breakfast. That's the mom. Before he arrives, Joni and Collins talk about the developer who's offered once on Toads, which they declined, but has already put in another offer. The basement is worse off than they thought. While they're going through some of the stuff, Joni's phone rings. It's Clark, who informs her that Toads has also suffered some severe damage. Joni goes to Clark and Toads, leaving Collins and Brady to the house. There is a waterbed in the basement that these two goobers lay on and then struggle to get out of. Oh, gosh. They nearly kiss again, but Brady doesn't follow through. I think it's because Collins talks about how many makeout sessions that took place on this bed in her teenage years, and he's like, I can't kiss you here.
It's like no.
Hard pass. Shan't be doing that. So they end up taking a break from clearing out the basement and jump on the trampoline until Collins lands on Brady's foot, at which point they fall down and end up making out on the trampoline.
This will do.
This will do. Collins is like, no one else has kissed me on here. And he's like, I'm going to change that. While they're smooching, the rain clouds open up again and they end up making out on the trampoline in the rain. The Notebook who?
I know. I'm like, that's what I'm picturing.
So Collins and Brady wrap at the house around 6 p.m. And Collins decides it's high time she and her sister hash it out. Brady drops her off, and on the way they talk about how Collins relies on Clark to tell her what to do instead of helping her like Clark asked her to do. Brady was convinced that they were fighting only about the developer. He asked Collins to send him a photo of the letter from the developer because he used to work for an agency. As it turns out, the agency that he worked for is the same agency that's trying to buy out Collins's parents. It also turns out the CEO is Jackie's father.
Oh, geez. Is this a third act conflict?
So I will tell you one thing. There isn't one.
Oh.
And you know what? I love when there is no third act conflict because what you should have remembered that I told you is that Brady is a very effective communicator.
Oh, you did tell me that.
So,
and I did forget.
So I know. I feel like a lot of times the third act conflict comes into play because people suck at communicating.
I could see that.
Like it feels like it's always a miscommunication issue that causes the third act conflict. Like in Mile High, it was a communication issue because she wouldn't tell him and he wouldn't tell her. Yeah. Okay. So
You're right.
Yeah, I know. I'm hardly ever wrong. Collins and Clark hash out their problems, sans Collins' inability to hear the ghosts, in 3 pages. Collins cuts her visit short, saying she has to go home and make out with Brady some more.
Sorry,
I
have
go.
important things
I got a man waiting for me. At the apartment, things are heating up because Collins tells Brady that she likes him.
Not the like.
Not the like. She has a whole speech, really, but this is the only part Brady chooses to hear. They end up kissing again, not caring if they have an audience. Collins tells him she wants more, so he scoops her up. She wraps her legs around his waist, and they end up in his pristine bedroom.
Of course, his room is pristine.
Of course it is. They continue to make out, and articles of clothing start to come off.
Gasp.
Collins asks Brady if he wants to fuck around, and he hesitates. So she's like, what's wrong?
You don't want to find out?
You don't want to fuck around? She literally said that, and I was like, ew. I didn't like that.
Don't put words to it.
Ew.
Let it happen.
Just let it happen. So he tells her that he's only ever been with 2 women. And he's nervous.
He's nervous.
She's like, well, we can just make out. More articles of clothing come off. He sees that Collins has her nips pierced.
Oh my, what a wild woman.
She also has a lot of tattoos.
Oh, okay.
Like full body tattoo, like covered in tattoos. Anyway, she's like, you want to watch me get myself off? And he's like, yes.
Wow, she really comes out like guns a-blazing.
Yeah. She's like, you know what, sir? I've been horny for you for about 300 pages since I pepper sprayed you in the eyes. You want to watch me do this
I got plenty of the spank bank for this, all right? Just sit back and relax.
So as she's showing him, she's she's walking him through exactly what she likes. He's stroking himself with her panties.
Her panties!
Peach!
Peach is shocked and appalled.
I'm trying to talk about panties.
I hate that word.
You're welcome. We'll just wait. We're almost done. Do you love our show with my dog just losing her fucking mind the whole time?
Little girl!
Okay, so he's stroking himself with her panties.
Back to the panties.
Back to the panties and the stroking. Eventually, he ends up begging to help her, and she's like, okay, I'll tell you what to do. She comes, and then she's like, come on me. He comes too. Then he smears his jizz on her before going to get a towel. So he
let me paint a little picture.
He writes, I heart Collins.
I like you.
I like you. Collins is like, why was the jizz smearing so hot? Girl, let your freak flag fly. You may be wondering if Brady told Collins about the developer being his former employer and ex-fiance's father. And to that I say, yes, he did. Before any of this started going down, they talked about this. And that's on healthy communication and why I love Lyla Sage so much. So she wakes up in the middle of the night and she can't go back to sleep. And she's like, I'm going to head over to Toad's where I'm going to have a nice chat with Ernest. That's the jukebox ghost. She tells us that it's faint, but she is able to hear him. We also learn that Ernest is behind all of the moving of her photography equipment in her room at the apartment. So, like, she would keep shoving it back under her bed and he would keep pulling it out.
I was like, I think you need this.
Ernest is also happy that Brady and Collins have found each other and they make each other happy. Again, we have a scene of very open and healthy communication after Brady wakes up alone. Collins is like, I'm sorry for leaving and not telling you where I'd be. Next time I do this, I'm going to leave a note. And he's like, there's going to be a next time. And she's like, yeah, there's going to be a next time.
For sure.
They discuss more about the developer and his predatory means of basically bankrupting small towns. It involves a lot of suing when the sellers can't afford their new mortgages. So, you know. We leave with Collins telling Brady she's going to relay all this information to Clark. He offers to help, but she's like, no, I'm good. I can handle this on my own. So Collins goes to help her family again. And while she's doing that, Brady's going to go help Boone fix his roof because it had like a hole in it from the storm. He tells Boone that Collins sent him and Boone lets him fix the leaky roof. When he's done, Boone tells him, I know Collins didn't send you and that there's no sense in helping a rescue because she already likes Brady. He ends up spending the whole day with Boone, helping with odd jobs around his house, and finds out that both of them are Lord of the Rings fans. Boone is old, so he can't climb up a ladder and fix his own roof, and just was like, I like
so
that.
nice.
I like that.
He's going to win him over.
Yeah, help that crotchety old man. Collins and Brady end up meeting with Clark, Sadie, and some dweeb with a weak handshake at the arcade because the town's bar is closed.
Freaking
dweeb. The weak handshake guy is there with Sadie. His name is Mitch. I figured he was inconsequential. He was in this book. He doesn't make another appearance after this. But Clark's book is next, so I'm sure that he'll play a part in the next book. Okay, so Clark and Brady have a chat about his crush on Collins, and Clark wants to know why he likes her, so he gives her a very detailed list of reasons. Clark is like, okay, cool, I approve.
He's like, funny you ask. Here's this list I made.
He unfurls it and it just goes rolling across. Clark seems happy that he is someone who truly sees Collins. At this point, Collins interrupts and tells Brady they'll see if he still likes her after she kicks his ass at bowling. There is no scene where she teaches him how to bowl.
Aw.
I know. Also,
That's stupid.
I know. Also, it's important to note that Collins brought her camera with her, so clearly her chat with Ernest worked.
Look at Ernest doing his thing.
She throws her first shot straight into the gutter.
Ernest, where were you on that
Ernest, we need your help. When it's Brady's turn, she takes a photo of him just as the ball leaves his hand, and he ends up getting a strike. He ends up winning, but Collins accidentally hits him in the balls with her bowling ball at some point. They skee ball next, and she beats him by 25 points. And again, there's no let me guide your hand moment in this one.
Damn it, Lyla.
He tells her... Lyla. He tells her it was hot getting beat. They opt for pool next, which Collins promises another ass kicking at. She tries to get Brady to bend her over the pool table and show her how it's done. Shooting pool, you freaks. What else would I be talking about? Get your mind. He doesn't. He and Sadie dole out the beatings this time around. Collins has decided she does want to settle in Sweetwater Peak. She just doesn't think she wants to do it right now, even though she's happy with how things are panning out for her and Brady. They end up sitting really close together in the truck on the way home and start to fool around in the truck once they make it back, but quickly stop when Collins' leg bumps the steering wheel and the horn goes whoop. Brady very tenderly undresses her before sticking his finger in her coos.
Wow.
I know, so tender.
In the truck or inside?
In the house.
Okay.
When he withdraws it, he puts it in his mouth. Then he tells her he wants to give her a taste of him and commands her to open her mouth where he promptly spits. So he spits in her mouth.
No.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, first of all, this man was boring. Where's this freak coming from?
It's just been suppressed.
I guess.
His inner freak.
Freaking spitting in her mouth.
I don't like that.
They go to town together, and Collins very quickly reaches her climax, but Brady hasn't hit his yet, so she's like, let me give you a BJ. He tries to warn her before but she doesn't back off. He also tells her to spit on that thing. So
I was not expecting that. Spit on that thing.
Spit on that thing. So it's very clear that our boy has a spitting kink.
Oh my gosh.
In the end, she has a little bit of him on her lips, and he licks it off before kissing her. They end up screwing on the love seat Collins imagined them on many chapters ago. A love seat that's final destination is Toad's. Collins takes him to yet another one of her hidden spots. It's this cellar that has the town's archives dating back to the Great Depression. One of the ghosts of the postmaster from this time brought her here, indicating that it seemed like she liked history. Collins brought Brady here to look at Ernest's obituary again. She wants to see if she missed anything. As it turns out, Ernest was the Lady in White's lover, and his killer must have been her husband. Collins wants to figure out how to bring Ernest back to the forest to reunite the lovers. At this point, Brady finds the magazine spread and reads Collins' name under the photo. He realizes then that she was the photographer who brought him to this town in the first place. He confesses his love for her in this moment, and she's like, "Me too." And then they kiss again.
Does she really say me too?
Yes. Yes. They're walking back to Coop's after watching taffy pulling in the taffy pulling shop when Brady sees a familiar face. Jackie is standing outside of his shop. She's there because Colin's parents signed the dang contract. Brady starts pulling every punch he can think of to avoid letting this go through. Finally, Jackie gives the papers up and promises to get her dad off the scent of this town. Collins tells Brady she needs to get to Toad's and asks him to come with. Brady called in the big guns in the form of Boone, who reached out to Amos. Yes, Wes, Gus, and Emmy's father, who talked to Cam. Cam is a lawyer and also the mother of Gus's child, but she's not with Gus. Okay. So
Lots of people.
Yeah, lots of people. But you know what? All of my fellow Rebel Blue fans know exactly what I'm talking about. Cam is going to be representing the Cartwrights in their quest to get out of this contract. Cam tells them she has a plan, and she needs Dex and Joni to file for divorce, which will freeze their assets and buy them time to talk to other small towns that were targeted by this developer. The plan is to then sue the company. Clark is upset that the parents went behind her back, but they didn't want her to feel obligated to take over their life's work, and they were under the impression they signed a pre-contract for inspections and such. Clark is adamant that what she wants to do with her life is to take over this shop. We end this chapter with Dex turning to Joni and saying, "Well, my love, let's go file for divorce."
Let's do that.
Because they don't have to actually get divorced. They just have to file for divorce.
Oh, okay.
So
I was like, this seems a bit extreme. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Legal-wise,
Because they were like outraged when Cam was like, "How fast can you file for divorce?" They were like, "What? We're not getting divorced."
Us?
And she was like, "No, you don't have to actually get divorced. You just have to file for divorce." And I was like, "You know what, Cam? I love you." Collins tells Brady she'll meet him at home because she has something that she needs to do. That something is her and Clark attempting to summon the Lady in White. There is a way to do it. I don't know if I put it in my notes, but it's basically like Bloody Mary. They tell each other a secret. Collins finally tells her that she lost her ability to talk to ghosts, and Clark tells her she's been talking to her childhood crush's dead dad. Her childhood crush is Lath, the guy from a few chapters ago where he had to deliver chairs, Lath.
Oh, okay.
Before they tell the secret, they summon Ernest. They hear him gasp. When they rip this sheet off their head, because you have to cover your head with the sheet for the summoning of the Lady in White, she's there. Collins asks her if this is who she was looking for, and the Lady in White smiles. Collins?
That means yes.
Collins then tells Brady her plan for helping Cam with the case. It involves taking more pictures and having someone write an expose. This is because many of the towns that got swept into the developers' clutches also featured in Collins's photos. She tells Brady she will be back in Sweetwater Peak because it's her home, and she invites him to go with her. He agrees, stating he would go anywhere with her. She tells him she loves him and talks about how this place is their home. He tells her he agrees, and she's also his home. Then there's an epilogue, and it is talk of the towns that Collins is photographing. What? Photographing. Okay. Photographing. you know, photographing. But really, it was a setup for Clark's book, which is called Free Falling. I rated it 4 stars. I gave it a 3 on the horniness scale.
Okay.
But I really love Lyla. She just...
The way she writes.
Yeah, it's really funny. I wish that I would have met her and Bryn in Naperville when they were on Lila's tour. I have regrets, but it's okay.
Have I read any of her books?
No, you should. I have all of them, so
okay,
you can borrow them at any time.
I'll do that.
So that was Soul Searching. If you've read it, Let us know in the comments what your
Yeah.
rating was. If you've read it and Rebel Blue, which do you like better?
And then if you have suggestions on what you would like us to cover in this podcast, also leave a comment below.
Do it.
I'm always looking for ideas.
Me too. Both of us have Kindle Unlimited, so we're willing to use those subscriptions.
Yep.
But if you have other crazy recs from like your library or whatever, just tell us. We are on book buying bans, so it has to be something that we can get at the library or on Kindle Unlimited.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's for 75 days.
75 days. And that sucks because my birthday's in these 75 days.
When does that end? What day?
January 15th.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I might do it like every year this time because the reason that I wanted to do it is I'm not close to hitting my goal for the year. And I was like, oh, if I force myself to do this challenge, I should get closer to my goal. I probably won't meet it because my goal is 100 books, but
Where
at
you
least
at
get
now?
close. 70 something.
You've been busy though.
I have.
You moved.
I moved.
You're redoing a townhome.
Yep.
Your husband, you've been visiting him
Yep.
and he's been visiting you.
He's been gone. I've been single parenting basically.
Yeah.
Work has been just destroying my life.
That's okay.
I do this for free. I do the boys podcast for free. Like, and this is fun. And I wish that this was my job.
Same.
God, it's so fun.
I'm having a lot of fun with.
Oh my God. Yeah.
CapCut.
Kelly has been doing all of our TikToks for the podcast. And I just am laughing every time I see them. Yes.
I mean, it's our content.
I
You
know.
were doing them before.
I know, but it's different.
And they were also funny.
It's different.
It is funny when you don't know what you're gonna.
Yeah, like
see.
when I don't know what I'm gonna see, and it's just you cutting over to John Montana, and he's just like, because for me, when I edit, I just edit like it onto whoever's talking, but you cut it around to everybody's faces, and I think that is just so funny. Anyway, that is that. Like I said before, subscribe to our channels.
Yes.
Follow us on TikTok. We're at 170 something, 500, and we're doing a giveaway.
Yes. I think we're at 171 because I unfollowed or I
Blocked somebody.
unfriended my daughter's friend. Because I'm like, why the hell are you here?
This isn't for children.
Well, she's it.
Yeah. But
This
yeah.
is for Tony.
This is for Tony.
And the other scumbags on the earth.
It's our mostly male audience.
Just kidding,
I'm
Tony.
just kidding, Tony. We
love
actually
you.
love you. And your support means everything to us.
Yes.
Don't change. Okay, we're going to go because I am hungry.
Yeah. I got to go take my daughter to
Practice.
softball.
Oh, and it's only 5.
I know. We're doing great.
Why is it dark as night out there? All right. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. Bye.
Bye.